afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody. It is Saturday, July 19th, and you know what that means. It's time for the High Risk Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Jeremy Pierce, and it's our anniversary. It's our anniversary. Well, it's not my anniversary. It's TNA Slammiversary. One of their big four events is going down this Sunday, and we are going to cover that show. But first things first, check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. And like I said before, TNA Slammiversary is going down. It's their anniversary show. It's one of their big four shows. We're going to look at the card. It features a lot of NXT talent. Looks like a really fun show. But you know, for now, go on and hit my music. All right. Slammiversary, AEW's anniversary show. It is one of their big four pay-per-views alongside Hard to Kill, Rebellion, and their version of WrestleMania, Bound for Glory. They used to have a bunch of other shows that I thought were really super affiliated with them, bigger than their big four. There was Turning Point and Lockdown and Final Resolution. So, but they have their big four. So it is Slammiversary, Hard to Kill, Rebellion, and Bound for Glory. Thought they had a big five because I really did believe Turning Point was in there. This is the 21st Slammiversary. But before we look at this year's show, you know, we got to go look at last year. So last year's show took place in Montreal, Quebec at the Verdun Auditorium. And it was a solid card. We had a total of 13 matches. So on the countdown, which is their pre-show, we had 5 matches. That's a lot for a pre-show. So we had Carl Ludick won a 20-man battle royal, lastly eliminating Zach Patterson. Tasha Steelz defeated Fabi Apache, Giselle Shaw, and Zaya Brookside. Kushida defeated Rich Swann. The Militia, the team of Alicia Edwards and Masha Slamovich, defeated Spitfire, Danny Luna, and Jody Threat to retain the Knockouts Tag Team Championship. And Eric Young defeated Alexander Hammerstone. On the main card, Broken Matt Hardy defeated JDC. That is Johnny Curtis, Dango, whoever you want to go by. ABC defeated The System to win the TNA World Tag Team Championship. Mike Santana defeated Jake Something. The Rascals, Trey Miguel, Wesley, and Zachary Wentz defeated the No Quarter Catch Crew. This was part of the NXT TNA crossover. PCO defeated AJ Francis in the Montreal Street Fight to win the TNA Digital Media Championship and the Canadian International Heavyweight Championship. Jordan Grace defeated Ash by Elegance to retain the Knockouts World Championship. Speedball Mike Bailey defeated Mustafa Ali to win the X Division Championship. In the main event, Nick Nemeth defeated Moose, Josh Alexander, Steve Maclin, Frankie Kazarian, and Joe Hendry in a 6-way elimination match to win the TNA World Championship. So solid show. We got to go look at this year's show. So we have a couple matches scheduled for the countdown. We have Jake Something teaming up with Steve Maclin and Mance Warner to take on the representatives of Fourth Rope, Zilla, Fatu, Josh Bishop, and Real One, aka the artist formerly known as Enzo. And this one was shocking and also surprising. Like, this was such a random match. Cross promotion with Fourth Rope. Now the thing that's interesting here is it features Zilla Fatu. And if you don't know who Zilla Fatu is, he is a part of the Anoa'i family. He is the son of the late Umaga, which means at some point he will probably be entering the WWE, since the WWE and TNA are now partnered. I think Jake, Steve Maclin, and Mance Warner are going to win here. I want to see how Enzo Real One is actually accepted on the card. What his reaction will be. Then we have the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championship with the Elegance brand team of Ash by Elegance and Heather by Elegance team up to take on the Inspiration. I am upset that this match is on the pre-show because the Inspiration should not be on the pre-show. But I get it. This makes you want to watch the pre-show. They are super, super popular. I feel like the Elegance just got the belts, but we need a very, very strong Knockouts tag team feud. So I'm going to go with the Inspiration to win here. It is great to see Cassie Lee and Jessa McKay back together again. They're two of the most popular women over the last decade plus, and they took time off, had families, and now they're back. This is going to be fun. I'm very, very much going to like this match, but I'll take the Inspiration to win. So before we get into the other matches for the main card, it was announced that none other than the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, will be making his return to TNA. He's scheduled to appear. I don't think there hasn't been a match announced. If they really wanted him to wrestle, they would have announced the match. And I would have AJ Styles wrestle here so he can get a good win going into his feud with Dominic Mysterio. But it's going to be great to see kind of the GOAT of TNA be back. Like, if you think of the Mount Rushmore, Mount Rushmore of TNA is really, really hard. If you look at all the names, you have AJ, Joe, Kaz, Daniels, Kurt Angle, Jeff Jarrett, Awesome Kong, Gail Kim, The Beautiful People, Jordan Grace. Like, that's so tough, and AJ Styles is more than likely on there, but we'll see what happens there. All right, so we have the AJ Styles appearance, but let's get into the rest of the card. We have a 8-man tag match as the Dark State from NXT will be taking on the System, Brian Myers, Eddie Edwards, and JDC, who will also be teaming up with Matt Cardona. I would have had this match on the pre-show, and I would have placed the Knockouts tag team title on the main show, because this match kind of just happened. Like, the System are heels in TNA, but now they're stopping these invaders from NXT from hurting TNA, but the System wants to take over TNA, and you have everything going on between Brian Myers and Matt Cardona. It's weird. The Dark State is this new faction in NXT. They're kind of whatever. They're new, right? They're trying to make a name for themselves, and that's okay. I just don't think they're good enough to take the System. The System needs to win here, so I want to take the team of the System and Matt Cardona to win this match. Next up, we have Tessa Blanchard being accompanied by Victoria Crawford to take on Indy Hartwell. And the one thing that TNA for the longest time has done better than anybody is represent their woman. And this is just another feud to help get Tessa Blanchard back in the swing of things. She's fully back, and Indy Hartwell has been great in TNA. This is a rivalry that's really going to come to head in this solid one-on-one showdown. Since her debut early this year, Indy Hartwell has pretty much been on a roll. She has impressive performances, and she's quickly rising up the ranks of the Knockouts division. She never really got a time to shine on the main roster in WWE, but she was great at NXT, so we know what she is capable of. Tessa does not like her being here. Tensions came about when they crossed paths, and they're former friends, and now they're bitter rivals. And at the Battle Royal for a future Knockouts title match, this is where things came to head. Ash ultimately had the match won, which she did, but it was the conversation between Indy and Tessa after the match that drew the major attention. Blanchard has warned Indy to stay out of her way, face the consequences. Like when you're at the top of the division, you're going to cross paths, and this match is really going to be used to determine who's the next in the pecking order. Because I really believe like whoever wins this match will be the next in line for that knockouts opportunity after Ash. Tessa is an individual who doesn't really need wins. She's a former world champion. Like, let that sink in. Yeah, she fumbled the bag, but she is still a former world champion. Indy needs that big win on her belt. You know what I mean? Victoria Crawford will be playing a role in this match, but I think ultimately, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I could potentially see another knockout debut. That's all I'm saying. I could see maybe a Nixon Newell or a Shotzi come to back up Indy, but I think Indy Hartwell wins this match. Then we have the X Division Championship with Moose defending against the young upstart Leon Slater. Leon has quickly made a name for himself. He is an electrifying talent, and he's only 20 years old. He wants to become the youngest X Division champion. Any championship that Moose holds is already important because he is Moose, and Leon has helped battle the system alongside Hendry and Santana and the Hardys and the Rascals. So Moose is like, I'm just done with this guy. So here we are. X Division Championship is on the line. This matchup, this is probably the one matchup on the card that is completely unpredictable, because do you want to crown Leon and have him be the new face of the X Division, or do you want to keep Moose, as Moose? You know what I mean? I can't see the system getting double wins and double losses. There's going to be a win and a loss somewhere. So since I have the system winning that 8-man tag match, I'm going to take Leon Slater to win the X Division Championship here. It's going to be really fun, and Leon Slater is going to be really nice here. Then we have this grudge match with the former heart and soul of 205 Live back in the WWE days, Cedric Alexander and Mustafa Ali. This is interesting because Ali came to TNA, did his thing, and then left, and now he's back. And when he's in TNA, I feel like he should be the focal point of TNA. He has taken control. He has his faction in the order for Ali. Has his nice little gimmick of being a candidate, running. And for weeks and weeks we saw Order for it kind of almost break down with Hotch and Skylar and Tasha Steelz turning on him. And then we get Cedric Alexander debuting because Ali kept saying to Tasha, I know you're talking to him. Who is him? And it was Cedric Alexander, who's now in TNA. So now they go one-on-one. Originally, Cedric kind of had the backup of the rest of Order 4, but they all turned to him, starting with Tasha Steelz. And this match is very, very, very simple. Ali's going to lose it, but you have to establish Cedric Alexander in the pecking order in TNA. So it's very, very simple. Take Cedric Alexander to win this match here. This could potentially be the match of the night. This is going to be a very, very fun and thrilling encounter. And there's more and more meat on the bone for this story. I really like this match here. It might actually be my favorite match on the card. So we shall see. Then we have the TNA World Tag Team Championships, as the Nemus will be defending against the Hardys, the Rascals, and First Class in a fatal 4-way ladder match. And listen, it's a ladder match. And this one is really, really, I think really hard to predict. I don't think the Hardys are winning this match. They just lost the belts. I think they're in here for nostalgia purposes because it's the Hardys and they are probably the one tag team above all others that are associated with ladder matches. This is going to be fun. I think a lot of people are counting out First Class, and I think that's just something you shouldn't do. The Nemas have really been really good with the tag team titles, and they can't really cheat here in this match. The momentum feels pivotal because whoever wins this match, I think, is going to hold the belts for a good minute going into Bound for Glory. I just think the Hardys are walking away empty-handed. Like, they will show back up in WWE at some point. I don't think the Nemas are going to win. So I think it comes down to the Rascals and First Class, and I just think First Class have been too good not to give them a crowning moment. I'm actually going to take First Class to win this match. I know it's shocking. I like First Class to become the new tag team champions. All right. Then we have a winner take all match. Masha Slamovich defending the TNA Knockouts World Championship versus Jacy Jayne of NXT defending the NXT Women's Championship. Winner take all. Jacy just got her big win defeating Jordynne Grace at Evolution. And a lot of people have seen Jacy as kind of this transitional champion, saying that, everybody thinks she was gonna lose to Jordynne Grace in the first match she got, but no, she's got the W. Jordynne can go face Blake Monroe. I'm really shocked that this match is happening. And when I first saw it, that it will be winner take all, I was curious. Part of me thought that this would end in a draw, but maybe, just maybe, I'm wrong. See, here's the thing. Trick Williams already holds an NXT. Trick Williams holds the TNA Championship. He's an NXT wrestler. Jordynne Grace showed up to NXT holding the Knockouts Championship but never winning any NXT belts. So that means a TNA wrestler has to win an NXT Championship. And I think this might be it. Like, Jacy will be accompanied by the rest of Fatal Influence, Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix. And I think the downfall here is we've seen the jealousy start to boil up in Fallon Henley. Like, she was supported when she was the North American champion, and now she's kind of hating on Jacy because Jacy's the women's champion. Do Fatal Influence break up here? Does Fallon Henley turn? I don't think the turn starts here, but I think the catalyst begins here with Fallon messing up, causing Jacy Jayne to lose the championship. So I, ladies and gentlemen, see Masha Slamovich walking out as your dual champion, holding both the Knockouts Championship and the NXT Women's Championship. It's going to be a good match, not a great match, but they will do enough to keep you interested and keep you involved. And lastly, our main events. Trick Williams of NXT defending the TNA World Championship against Joe Hendry and Mike Santana. Now, this was originally supposed to be Trick and Joe Hendry, but ever since Mike came to TNA, he has made his path clear. He has made what he wants clear. That is the TNA World Championship. He left AEW to go bet on himself. He was not scheduled for this match, and due to overwhelming fan support, Santino Marella had no choice but to put him in this match. And therein lies the rub. I really believe that if this was a true one-on-one match, Trick will retain over Joe Hendry. But now it's a three-way. Look, Trick won the title due to controversy with the help of First Class. And like I said, I do think First Class is walking out as tag team champions. Santana responded with this statement with a win over AJ Francis in a street fight. So he got them out of the way, and he sets his sights back on the World Championship. And Joe Hendry, we all believe in Joe Hendry. The fans still believe in Joe Hendry, but now I believe they believe in Mike Santana just a little bit more. We can go ahead and crown Hendry again at some point. I don't think Hendry's winning here. I truly, in my heart of hearts, believe Mike Santana's walking out as champion. It was fun for Trick to win, but we've got to get that belt back in TNA. We're also in New York. Who is from New York? Mike Santana. You have to send the people home happy. Not all of the time, but it's good to just let them leave with a smile on their face. So take Mike Santana to win here. One more time, let's go over the card on the pre-show. I have Jake Something, Steve Maclin, and Mance Warner defeating the representatives of Fourth Rope. I have the Inspiration winning the Knockouts Tag Team Championships onto the main card. I have the System and Matt Cardona defeating Dark State. Indy Hartwell defeating Tessa Blanchard. Leon Slater defeating Moose to become the new X Division champion. I have Cedric Alexander defeating Mustafa Ali. I have First Class winning the TNA World Tag Team Championship in a ladder match. I have Masha Slamovich, who will be accompanied by Lei Ying Lee and Zaya Brookside to counteract Fallon Henley and Jasmine Nix. I have her winning the winner-take-all match to become the new NXT Women's Champion and retaining the TNA Knockouts Championship. And I have Mike Santana defeating Trick Williams and Joe Hendry to become the new TNA World Champion. But that is our show, ladies and gentlemen. Look on the screen what we got coming up. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. And as always, Isla Dawn, Priscilla Kelly, Bailey, Anna J, Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander. Holla at your boy. Peace.